Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Field of Glory Kingdoms as we're playing as France. So before we move to the next turn and get this war started, we have a couple things we need to do. So we're going to use our regional decision to forge a claim, and we're going to use that on the capital of Normandy here. And then next we're going to create another peer of the realm. It's going to be our brother. We're going to put him in place of this location here. And we have one brother who is loyal to us with a loyalty of 77. And he's got good administration and good piety. He is a spendthrift, so unit upkeep would be increased if he was in charge of units. He also gives a bonus of 5 experience when a new unit is created. Probably don't want to create units here despite that extra bonus because his military rating is pretty low. So we'd actually get less experience for a unit created there than we would under our son here, since he gets a plus 20 because of his military of 4, which, you know, our capital is really our best location for building units anyways. So we're going to end our turn. And we're going to be attacking Picardy in this this turn here. Shouldn't take us too long to get the siege done. They have a decent sized garrison, but our army is significantly larger. So you can see we've already moved over to there now. So we'll have to do a battle there to get that conquered. And then after that, I think we're just about ready to attack the Normans. You know, we got that claim going, and so that should result in it not costing as much legitimacy. I'm not entirely sure how large their army is. We've seen before that they did have a very significant size military from those events, but we can't see their army any longer. And so I'm not sure if they've built more units or maybe got rid of some. I'm not entirely sure how they're supporting all those troops. Just when it comes to the manpower and then the financial costs. Now we can actually afford to support more units because we got the money, the manpower, and the metal. And so I think we might build a few additional troops before we start our war here. We see we did get that claim there. Excellent. So we now have a claim on their capital. Also got a new population over here. Assume we just want them working on growth. We finished the construction of the levy camp over here. Do we want to build something else? Just take a look. We're currently working on the wooden church there. We'll see what other options we have available. Well, out of our current choices, I think the flax field would probably be the best option for us. This one here is good, but you lose it once the population gets to, what is it, 20? Yeah, once it gets to 20. Now that would take us a little while. Yeah, I like the idea of getting food so we can grow up quicker. And it also produces flax, which all can be imported from other locations. It's useful to have additional sources of it, because remember, unlike empires, each source of goods can only be used for one building. So just go through these notifications here. Yeah, the issue here with Cologne, I don't know what we can do to improve their opinion, because their opinion with us is actually declining. I don't want to have to go conquer them, but might be necessary. We did get a new regional decision to ennoble a petty landowner. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Also realize the loyalty of one of our nobles. Yeah, and let me go to Cologne first and see if there's anything we can do here besides giving them a gift. I guess that would be an option. We'd have to give them about 230, which is pretty expensive. Just give to a random country. But it would be nice to not be losing the authority. We could also try a cooperation treaty, but they would not accept it. Could try giving them some money, and maybe you're not giving them as much, but yeah, that's just not going to help. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the only option, is just throw money at them. Since we have so much of it, it might be worth doing. Yeah, we'll offer them a gift. If this is not enough, then we're just going to have to conquer them. But yeah, we got a lot of money, so we'll kind of throw it around a little bit. Now, despite the fact that they do have an unreached wall, we could attempt to do the assault now if we wanted to. I believe it's a little bit more costly because the battle works a little bit different because they have the wall. I don't really see any reason to rush this just because it says the siege will be quick. So yeah, we'll just take our time with it. See if we have any other buildings that have constructed. I'm not seeing them. So the last thing to do is take a look at our new decision where we can ennoble a petty landowner. This will promote a freeman into a noble population. So it can be useful. We'll have to take a look and see where we'd want to do it. Probably not in Paris because you already have 2 nobles. Now remember, nobles, they're nice because you could use them for the stewardship. You can also use them to get money, but I think that the freemen are better at that. Because here you're going to get 23. If you move this guy over there, you're only going to get 11. So really the only thing they're better for is getting you the stewardship and then of course the equipment, which they're the only ones that can do that as well. I don't think it's necessary to get another one here in Paris since we already have 2. So might want to do it somewhere where you either don't have any nobles or you only have 1. I don't know if there's any locations where we don't have at least 1 noble. Maybe they had like a really low population. Yeah, it looks like everybody's got 1 noble at least. So maybe our next most populous location, because I think Paris is the only one that currently has 2. I think we should do it right here, because this is also under our sun if we wanted to build any units in this location. So yeah, I think this would be the best location. So let's go ahead and make use of the decision here. This is going to just take time. So notice that we did get 1+ authority here, and we are now at +0 for the authority where we were in the negative. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. I think it's because of the 230 gift that we gave to Cologne. So I believe that the way this works is that if somebody has a claim on you, and if their opinion is at least in the negative, then it will affect your authority. And if you get their opinion in the positive, then it will not affect their authority. But the question is, what about neutral, when their opinion is at 0? Because when Cologne was neutral to us, we were still getting a hit. And so I was thinking it was just if they were in the negative, but maybe not. Maybe if they're neutral with you, then it also takes a hit to your authority. So now it went from 0.6 to 0.3. And so basically just Picardy is costing us the 0.3 authority. So I believe it's 0.3 for every country. I don't know if size affects it. It really should. It seems like it doesn't, but it's hard to tell since both of these 2 countries here are just 1 province. But yeah, one larger country should affect your authority more than like a little country. But honestly, I feel like 0.3 is too high for just a little tiny country. As I was stating last episode, I don't think it makes a lot of sense that Cologne claiming Paris, that would at all reduce our authority, nor does it really make a whole lot of sense that they're making that claim. So once we get them conquered, we shouldn't be losing any more authority to the hostile foreign claims. Let's go through our notifications. My lord, may God look upon us as the blessed child, as we're the 7th most pious nation of the known world. Okay, so not too bad there. And also our merchants are complaining due to the extortion by our son in this location. So we'll get a negative penalty here to the taxation and stewardship, unfortunately. Again, it seems like the peers of the realm they're always corrupt. We did get a couple new population in these 2 locations. Again, probably just going to continue to work on the food, so they'll grow at a good rate. Did finish the construction over here of the manor. Let me just see what we might want to get next. That's a lot of food from the modest barn. But this might be a better option because it produces parchment. And we do have leather here. Yeah, it's increased money, piety, and stewardship. So yeah, we're going to get that. And that'll be done just 1 turn as well. All right, excellent. So looking at our notifications, we did inflict a few casualties against the defender and we breached the walls. So let's go ahead and tell our troops to assault this to get it done with and to finish up the conflict. So here's the battle. It is in the forest, so low frontage. Hopefully we do well without taking any casualties. Did they not have any archers? It seems like they didn't. So we got some of those exhausted. And it looks like we are winning all these engagements here. And we knew we'd win, but again, as I've said, in all these battles, we're just trying not to take any casualties, take any losses. Just get this free experience in preparation for the war with Normandy. Alright, so we've won the battle, and thus conquered the province. So we finally got our 5th progression token, and so now we move to the Ascending Petty Kingdom. We'll take a look at that here in a minute to see exactly what that's going to be changing. So that's going to give us the ascending modifier, which again does have some negatives. The revolt risk will be increased. You also get a stewardship and authority penalty. And we also get this regional loyalty bonus of 5. So essentially your provinces are more loyal, but if they are disloyal, then there'll be a higher revolt risk. And then we get the character force pool bonus of +2, so we'll have more characters. And that's one thing I was saving, or one decision for, to spy on the nobility until we got those additional nobles to spy on them, see if they're going to be useful. Thus far, many of our nobles are not all that helpful. Either they have very low loyalty or their stats and traits just aren't very good. So the new province that we conquered does seem to have a problem with heretics. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. Got those 5 progress tokens. Also finished up our war. Alright, so let's take a look at this new province here, just exactly what all they have. So we can see that they have at least 2 heretics. Yeah, a noble heretic, and we have the freeman. You can easily tell when a population is not of your religion because they'll be facing the other way. So in this case, they're facing left rather than the rest of our population who are facing right. We'll also get a penalty here because of the forced assimilation. We're getting a loyalty, food, infrastructure, commerce, and stewardship penalty, which is pretty significant. It makes it so it's not all that helpful for the 5 turns after you take control of it. They're currently constructing a craftsman bureau, so I'll let them finish constructing that. They also have the pigsty, granting food and livestock. A hunting reserve, I don't know if we have this in any of our locations. Grants some food and the furs and pelts. It doesn't use a slot. We got the smokehouse and a forest clearing. Unfortunately, we do have that barren building, which, while giving the wall and the siege resistance and unlocking sergeants, it's overall negative with the food and the manpower. I suppose the loyalty bonus is helpful, as is the stewardship. But yeah, it does have some negatives associated with it. Peasants roundup. This has given us the increased manpower, but you also get the loyalty penalty. Overall loyalty is not great here. Got a stronghold site, and here's the occultist, which is the reason for the heretics here. So we need to get rid of this using those decisions. I don't know that we actually have any available. Let me just take a look and see what all we have here. Yeah, we don't have the decisions available to get rid of those two buildings. And remember, the witchcraft trial is regarding characters, not the buildings. We did finish up the construction of that nut presser here in Paris. That means we can't build anything else until they grow in 2 turns. Also finished the construction here. Got that parchment. Out of our options here, I feel like the nuts presser would be the best one. It's pretty good with that health and food bonus. If you had those resources, you can also get a bit of money. In this location, we finished up the manor. Just taking a look at what we could construct. You know what? I think we might get the local market. It's just so good for the money. And we don't really need more infrastructure. They have quite a few buildings already producing a lot of infrastructure for us. Got some additional population in many of our provinces, but probably want to keep them working on food. Yeah, this location might actually want to make a few adjustments here. Just put one of those in the food so they can go a little bit faster. This one here, we really need to have somebody helping to get that finished up, and the beekeeper will produce some food for us so they can grow a little bit faster. Now this one, maybe to see how long it would take. It's gonna be 6 turns. Okay, so we'll have to keep the freemen working on infrastructure for now. And we also got a population down here, which again we're gonna leave on the food. So there is a regional decision I think we should probably use, and that's the show authority. Use that in our new location, since I do have so many issues here. So let's make use of that. Because again, the stewardship is not great there. And this is going to affect this whole location as well, where we have our brother, since it's all under him, it's all one region. At least we have somebody there. He's granting us some additional authority there. And so that's probably the only thing keeping these guys from rebelling. So let's go and get our troops moving in preparation for the war against the Normans. We'll go right over to this location. And then we'll also want to construct some additional units, or at least one more. So we've already reached our standing army unit cap. In fact, we're a little bit over it. We can have 13, but we have 14 at the moment. And so we cannot build any of these standing army units. Instead, it would have to be a mercenary or a levy. The mercenary wouldn't require the manpower or metal production here, you know, the upkeep, but they are pretty expensive in upkeep when it comes to money. Well, they are a lot better as well. As you can see, the combat power is significantly higher. So either one of these would work, and we do have money, manpower, and metal. Let me see if we can recruit them both in one turn. We could. You know what, let's get them both. The Normans might have a really powerful military. We're not entirely sure. This is all we can see right now. Just 83 combat power, not much. But they could have another army sitting over there. Maybe we don't even need these additional troops. But again, we have so much of all of our resources. I think we'll be fine. We can always just expand them if we don't want to keep them. Alright, so I suppose we can go and enter turn now. We already got an additional progress token. And I see we have surpassed England, though I think we were always at number 12, so it looks like England probably dropped behind and somebody else stepped up here. Look at Franconia, Jesus. They're sitting at number 1, Byzantines are at number 2. I'm not sure who stepped up above us, but at least we're higher than England now, so that's progress. And it looks like we did get those new characters. And a trade deal is being proposed as well. So this is from Brittany. Let's see exactly what they're wanting to trade us. So they're willing to give us manpower and money. And they want us to send the Low Country Spearmen. I'm not sure which unit that is. I looked at our army and there's none that are called Low Country Spearmen. So I'm not entirely sure what they're asking from us. But this is actually a really good amount of money and manpower for any unit. I almost want to accept it because they're also a potential ally, and I'm trying to increase relations with them and get friendly with them. So, you know, I think we're going to actually accept this treaty. I'm okay with that. And we can always build additional units. Of course, if it is any of the units in here, then you are giving up the experience that you might have gotten from them. But again, none of them are actually called Low Country Spearmen. As you can see, they're all called Early Spearmen. So yeah, I'm not sure which unit they're talking about. Here you have Flemish Mercenary Spearmen. I mean, we can't even like build or hire those. I'm not entirely sure which unit they want. But yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that deal. Let me just take a look and see what our current relations with them is. It's currently 42. Okay. Might want to try and get the alliance with them next turn, since we gotta wait till this treaty goes through. We did get a new regional decision, Mercenary Company. We'll take a look at that real quick. So this acquires the service of a mercenary company. The nature of it depends on your nation, with some possible variations. Mercenaries have a high upkeep cost of money, but are often proficient. Disbanding them might have some side effects, though, as they can turn into marauders. So it gives us a friendly unit there. Well, we got the remove hostilities decision. All right, excellent. We do want to make use of that, as we have a cultist problem in our new territory. So we got that right when we needed it. Also, this should have increased the amount of stewardship there, as well as the loyalty. Though loyalty is now not looking great. Revolt risk is 5%. Need to get rid of some of these penalties. Seems the noble visit just increases stewardship. That does have an effect on the loyalty and revolt risk. Yeah, definitely having some problems here, guys. And so getting rid of that occultist will really help us. And then, as we saw, we have the additional progress token. Alright, so we did get these 2 new units. Let's go ahead and send them into this province to meet up with them. And as you can see, we're still doing great on money, manpower, and on our metal production. So we could produce additional units. I don't think it's going to be necessary. I'm wondering if the Normans have any additional army here, because I think this is the whole army and they're just really weak. And they're not restoring their health because of not having the manpower. I believe what happened here is they got all those armies through the events, but they couldn't support them. You know, they didn't have the manpower, the provinces to support them, and then they didn't use them to conquer additional territory like they were supposed to, like England, for instance, because they were stuck in this war for so long. As you can see, it does look like they're getting ready for a war, probably against Brittany, now that has ended. I would not be surprised if they declare war on them, and it seems like the Bretons are expecting the same thing, which is why they wanted those additional troops. So even though we gave one of our units to them, it might be used against the Normans anyway. And we also increased relations with them, hopefully, since, you know, we want to be allies with them. So it seems not much has happened in the provinces. We got one new population here. Not constructing anything at the moment. I think we're using all our construction. Well, it looks like we're using it all here. So might want to take a look at our options here. Could get some additional food so they can grow faster. Could also get the local market for additional money, though not going to get much. Not as much as we usually do. So I really feel like the shepherd house would be the best option. So we're going to put a little bit more into production there. And then we finish up the construction of the local market as well. That's probably part of how we got so much extra money this turn. And let's go and get, I'm thinking the village roads. I like that they don't take up a slot. And they're pretty good with the infrastructure and the money. And you want roads everywhere? Alright, so I think that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and end our turn. So we did get an additional progress token. Excellent. You'll see we lost authority, and that's because of that unit transfer. So clearly, one of the units that I changed out was a standing army unit or something, or just changing units, period, will result in authority loss. I mean, the army here still seems pretty much the same. Yeah, I'm not sure that we actually lost a unit. Strength seems to be the same. We're going to merge these guys with this one. And now we're at 379. Yeah, I don't think we actually gave them any troops, like of our own. And do have some poor health in some of our provinces, which could potentially cause us some problems later. And seems that Normandy might have just formed a claim on one of our territories. Which hopefully won't be a problem for much longer. And we did get a regional decision to incite heresy. Okay, so this is something that we can make use of in a rival's territory. So the region must be adjacent to one of our own regions, and they have to have a heresy generation chance above 0 for it to be an option. So you can see we have a few choices. In Upper Lorraine here, I don't know, I wouldn't have a problem with causing them some issues, because they're getting kind of powerful up on our borders here, but at the same time, if you conquer them, then you're the one that has to deal with the heresy. So yeah, I probably don't want to do that there for that reason. I don't even know if we'll make use of this. You can't really get much from selling it, though. We'll just hold on to it for now, since we still have plenty of slots left for additional regional decisions. Let's go through all these province notifications. You know, we completed a small harbor in Calais. Let's get the brickworks. That'll take 8 turns, but we're going in one more turn. I also got another population in Paris. Alright, awesome. So now we have an additional building slot. We can see if there's anything we actually want to get for them. I've been considering using our authority here eventually to actually select what we want. You know, pick a specific building. Although the manor is pretty important, we might go ahead and get that here in Paris. Yeah, we'll get that started. Then we finished up with the shepherd house. Let's go and get the levy camp here. We need to get the additional construction in this location since life is pleasant. And we got another population over here, which will keep working on food. And then a manor. So let's do the village green next. They could use a bit more loyalty here, so work on that. Alright, so I believe that's all of our provinces. Now we need to do a bit of diplomacy. We'll contact the Bretons first. They would not be willing to accept an alliance, 5% chance. Could instead do a royal marriage, 61% chance that that will work. That could end up resulting in us inheriting them or the other way around. We currently have a strong heir though, so it wouldn't be a problem for us. Is there any way to see their heir? We can see their ruler here. He's pretty old. I don't know that we can actually see their heir and if they have a weak one or not. Might be good. We can try it out. It'd also increase opinion. Yeah, let's go and do that. We'll send the royal marriage offer to the Bretons. It'd be really awesome if we could get a royal marriage with the English. They don't like us though. -11, so they're never going to accept that. If we could just inherit England, then we don't have to conquer them. But we could look at other countries. We haven't really been increasing opinion with many of these yet, though, so they're probably not going to accept. I mean, you get a royal marriage here with Anjou, but I actually want to conquer them. We could take a look at Aquitaine, though. Currently at 15. 33% chance that they would accept. So not really high. Take a look at these guys next. Only 10 opinion here. 12% chance that they would accept. Okay, we'll just go with the Bretons for now. And then the next thing we need to do is declare war on Normandy. I did want, let me go back here. I wanted to see how much that was going to cost us in authority. So let's cancel that and redo it. It's just 3, because they're insignificant. And then we also have that claim on them. So yeah, we'll declare war on them next turn. So that does mean, of course, we can't, move into their territory. We have to wait until next one, which means they'll get an opportunity to do something. Not sure exactly what they do. Either stay and defend, maybe move to the capital, or attack over here and destroy this army. But overall, they really just need to focus on defense because they're not looking good. Now, of course, once we attack them and start damaging and destroying their units, it'll put them in a better situation because their manpower generation will be higher, and they'll actually be able to restore some of their losses or maybe build some additional troops. So we've now fallen behind Poland when it comes to the legacy ranking, unfortunately. Our vassals and allies will assist us in this conflict. Go through these notifications here. We don't need to transport our troops. No issues there. We got a new regional decision, place holding or concession. This is basically like that Incite Heresy one, except for it instead grants either a commercial enclave for the maritime republics, or for other countries, it's that baron, the independent baron thing that we've seen in many of our provinces, which gives some benefits but also gives penalties. And unfortunately, some heretics have risen up in this location, so we got a bit of a rebellion. They don't look very powerful though, but it just had to happen right before we start focusing on this conflict. Maybe one of our vassals will take care of it. Honestly, I don't even know if they'll be able to siege it, considering the fact that the garrison is actually larger than their army. I'm not going to distract myself with that right now. We can see the Normans did go to defend their capital, so go and attack there, though. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is that our vassals will attempt to occupy this instead. So we might want to take this location first and then go after them. I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Now maybe they come over here, but we did build up some fortifications in these border locations, so they won't be able to take it like immediately. So let's manage all of our construction. Here we got that levy camp. So next we'll get the wooden church. Got the village roads in this location. Might do the nuts presser though. The fortification level's really low here, so maybe we should do the closed settlement, since that's one of our key provinces. Also finished the construction up in these 2 locations. So here they got the beekeeper finally. Took them a while to get that. Let's go ahead and get, actually let's get the storyteller. We could use more legacy. We haven't really been constructing the legacy producing buildings. And then over here we're gonna get the money. It'll take 9 turns though. Okay, well they grow in 5. Alright, so we ended our turn and our troops have moved to this location. Not really much defending there. We don't even need to watch that. I mean, combat power 8, so let's just go ahead and skip. And we have taken control of the province. That'll allow us to attack their capital next. I don't know that we actually want to fully annex them. And then Anjou is seeking a cooperation treaty with us. Well, of course they are. So that'd probably be the next one that we attack. That marriage, royal marriage has been agreed to. Alright, awesome. I don't know that we actually want to fully conquer them, because if we take a look at our total size here, we're at 18 of 18. Now I believe that might include this location here, even though we don't actually own it. Because we were at 16, then we took over this one, that put us at 17, so I think it's counting this one. And so we might just want to vassalize them and just take over one of these 2 locations. Which would probably be, I mean, obviously the capital is the best one. That does result in a weird situation if we just take the capital over and then leave them these 3, because they're all split. Yeah, it'd be kind of odd. Now we can always create a vassal as well. So what we could do is conquer these 3 and then create a different vassal. Because remember, if we don't get it through the peace treaty, then we get all those penalties. I don't know if they'll even accept that though, probably not. Let's go through all of our alerts here. See if there's anything we need to be concerned about. That abandoned palace has been made use of, getting us some infrastructure. We did get a regional decision to develop a region. This one is actually really good, because this will create either a path or a road, depending on what you already have there. So additional food and infrastructure is provided. It's 150. It's pretty solid, and you know, I think we should use it in Paris. So we'll use that immediately. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack Normandy and their capital. And then after that, we'll have to figure out what we want to do next. It seems there is a war going on over here. Aquitaine is attacking Anjou. Okay, so they've already lost one province. They're clearly going to lose this conflict. Well, that's interesting, because we are on friendlier terms with Aquitaine. They're wanting cooperation with us as well. Basically, they went to war together, and then they both contacted us and asked us for cooperation. I could see being friendly with Aquitaine. We don't have to conquer this territory, because we could always go other ways, like against Upper Lorraine. And of course, then there's the issue that we're already maxed out in our amount of territory that we can currently control. Now, if we level up our government, we might be able to control more territory. I didn't show what we'd get here. This is a nice bonus for absorbing your French vassals, because it increases national authority and grants money proportional to the vassal's region count. So that's when you usually want to wait to absorb your vassals. Now, I felt like it was still good to absorb that one vassal, since it has made us so much stronger. And we needed it against Normandy, or we thought we did. Seems like we're doing pretty fine against them as it is. But yeah, I could see accepting this one while rejecting the one with Anjou. Although I'm kind of hesitant, because I don't know who's going to win this. We're just assuming Aquitaine's going to win. We'll agree with them. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, let's go through our other notifications here. Additional population in several provinces. And then also finish the construction of the closed settlement here, increasing their fortification level. Could get the timber keep to increase it even further. There's also a barber that we can get for health and money. Yeah, let's get the timber keep. We're going to keep on working on their fortification level here. Alright, so I believe that's it for this turn. So let's go and end it. So we got an additional progress token, so doing pretty well in that regard. And also being contacted about a transaction. I'll have to take a look at that. Normandy is already begging for peace, because they know what it is. We could take a look at what they're offering, but I don't see us. Yeah, we're not going to accept this. This is just them abandoning the claim on Paris, granting us metal and the concessions, which is the authority. Yeah, let's reject that treaty. I don't think so. You could have at least granted us the province that we already conquered from them. That's ridiculous. So yeah, we now have the cooperation treaty with Aquitaine. So let's take a look at this other proposal that we just got. So they're wanting to grant us money and metal for manpower and a unit. This is a terrible deal. Yeah, we're gonna have to reject that. That's a terrible deal. I don't know what they're thinking there. Are they at war with somebody? No, maybe just planning a war? Well, they're our ally. I see. So they're at war with Normandy. So they assist us in this conflict, and so they're needing some help, but we don't actually need them to come over here and do anything. So we got that third progress token. Excellent. Of course, we're again losing authority due to that one claim. Got some stewardship here. And we did get a new regional decision to request excommunication from the Pope. So these are the requirements in order to do it, and you can see it's not really an option anywheres. Everybody's got good enough relations with the papacy. But it's something we'll probably want to keep. Might want to use it in the future. Alright, so here's the siege. They have the two walls, and they do have a lot of troops here. We're just going to take our time with it. I think it's fine. I'm a little worried about this over here, because they have weakened the defenders. I was hoping that one of our vassals would deal with it, but they have not. So that's a little bit of shame. That's kind of making me want to rush a little bit, but at the same time, I want to do this right. We also finish the construction of the flax field in Valois. So let's get... You know, I think we're going to do the alarm bell. Because of the weapons, you're going to get both stewardship and the manpower. Has other additional benefits as well. So that'll be helpful. We got the timber keep. I don't know if we want to continue working on fortifications over here. We'll see what all our options are. We'll probably want to get the stud. We do not have... I don't think we have any locations producing horses. So that'd be very good to get just for the horses, but then it gives you food infrastructure and equipment as well. And then we also finish up the nuts presser here. Oh wow, stud is just available everywhere now. I mean, I guess we could get that. There's also a wise woman hut. Reduces piety and food though. You get a lot of money from the trader's burrow. Yeah, I really feel like we should get this just because of how much money it's going to grant us, and we're currently losing money. Now, we could easily fix that because we don't really have any of our population working on producing money. We're not too worried about it because we have so much in our stockpile, so not a concern. We got the village green constructed over here, so that increased their loyalty, which was getting a little low. And you know what? I think we're going to do another storyteller for a legacy increase. Unfortunately, we'll have to end today's episode here, and the next one we should be able to get the Normans defeated, and then we'll probably make them into a vassal. I don't think we're going to conquer all their territory, just take over a little bit of it, and then we'll have to create another vassal, and I'm thinking maybe up here. In Flanders, for instance, Aponte peer of the realm, perhaps our other son. We have a son that we're not doing anything with, our youngest one. And he's pretty decent. He's got good loyalty as well. Or really we could appoint anybody to this position, since we'd be making them into a vassal rather than just a peer of the realm. I'm not sure how loyalty will affect their starting opinion with you. It would make sense that it would increase the starting opinion because they're already very loyal to you. But yeah, that would be an option, to make him the peer of the realm of Flanders and then use that regional decision to form a vassal, and that gets rid of 2 provinces, so make up for us conquering 2 of these. But we do have the issue of, in that case, then leaving the Normans as a vassal, if they would even accept that, with 2 provinces that don't connect. It's not a huge issue, but it's kind of weird. Because yeah, I don't want to take this one over, because it's the best one. Because they have a harbor here, they are smuggling in food, so it's negating some of the food penalty that they get from being besieged. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.